Good morning. Today, well, maybe it's afternoon. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but today is the lesson for Thursday, April the 16th. I get confused really easy. So, April 16th, here we go. You had to read chapter 11 last night. Wasn't that a good chapter? I thought it was quite interesting. I wasn't sure what was going to happen when Opal opened the door for Winn-Dixie. And when Dixie took off flying, I thought, I wonder if this is how he got lost. I wonder if Winn-Dixie's going to go outside of the home and get lost again. So I was waiting in anticipation with this chapter. A thunderstorm sent this dog running from one end of the trailer to the other, senseless, not even thinking, just scared, so scared. And thunderstorms can be scary. We have some bad ones every once in a while. We'll go a long time with, like yesterday, the other day it just rained and rained and rained, but it wasn't a thunderstorm. It wasn't scary. It was just rainy. And then we have every once in a while a thunderstorm with lots of thunder and lightning, and they're just kind of creepy, especially if the wind blows. Even more so for me would be a hurricane. Ugh, I don't like hurricanes. Anyway, this was something this dog was totally afraid of. And when he ran and knocked the preacher, Opal's dad, over, I was like, he might just let him outside for his, on his own because he just knocked him over. But Dad was really understanding in there. And in fact, it kind of shows Dad's smarter than he seems to appear in the whole story. You really don't get too much of a feeling that he interacts a lot, but he named the fear that the dog had. He says this is a pathological fear. And that's one of the words that you had to define. And I think it's great that he recognizes it and talks to Winn-Dixie, talks to Opal about it, because you may have a fear that is just so strong that you don't even think logically when it arises. But in the end, I like when they're sitting on the couch, and when the picture that they, give you of Winn-Dixie sort of sneaking up on the couch. Now, your picture on your book looks different than mine, so I'm going to show you mine. See, if this dog stood up next to Opal, it would be taller than her. So I'm trying to imagine this huge dog climbing up onto the couch in a stealth mode. And do you have any animals? I have 2 little dogs. And it's funny because at 8 o'clock, they want to go to bed, and I'm not always in bed. But they'll start, if I even go down the hallway maybe to go do something besides go to the bedroom, they jump down and they go in. Or if I happen to be laying in the bed watching TV or something, they try to sneak up on the bed. And it's funny. I call them out all the time. So it's interesting to see that dogs and animals can try to be sneaky, but you know what they're doing. It's kind of funny. So it's relatable. What makes this story so easy to understand and to like is because they use real life events that you could relate to or experiences you may have had. And that's what makes this a really good story, even though it was written a while back. Okay, so there at the end, it says Opal really liked something her dad did. Do you remember what it was? I thought it was pretty significant. Because Winn-Dixie was laying there on the couch, and he put his arm around the dog, kind of like, it's going to be okay. I'm here to help you. Because as soon as that storm stopped, Winn-Dixie was okay, and kind of like, what? Doesn't even know what had happened. All right, so turn to page 13 in your vocabulary, and we had to do the word matching. And so, uncontrollable shaking, you should have written down trembling. All right, if you have it wrong, fix it. Copy, mimicked, acted like, that should be imitated. Unusually strong or extreme. Honestly, there was a couple of these I weren't sure by their definitions which one matched the words, but pathological goes to that one. Unusually strong or extreme. You think about Winn-Dixie, just went flying through the house, back and forth with each thunder. So, uneducated would be ignorant, and running at a high speed, barreling, and very scared would be terrorized. So if you have any of those incorrect, go back and fix them so you have them correct, because you're going to need those to write your sentences down on the next part. Okay, don't forget, you're supposed to be adding, oh no, I don't think I told you yet. Yes, I did. Names for the dog. As you know Winn-Dixie a little bit better, what other pet names do you think would be well suited for this lovable dog? Oh, I can think of one after this chapter that we just read in chapter 11. All right, page 15. What happens? You had to come up with a summary for chapter 11. Did you come up with one? I did. I just don't remember where mine is. I guess I didn't come up with one. Oh, let's see. It was about Winn-Dixie and thunderstorms and going crazy. Oh, I'm going to put a scary thunderstorm for Winn-Dixie. That reminds me completely of the story. You write something that reminds you of the chapter you just read that you'll understand and know. All right, page 40. Turn to page 40. It's here somewhere. All right, I didn't see any new characters, so I'm not going to add that. But let's see. I don't really see anything new for Opal, but if you have something, put it down. Winn-Dixie. I had put, he was afraid to be alone. He's gentle, persistent, obedient, but he's also afraid of thunderstorms. I'm going to put that down. All right. Getting lots of words to describe my character. The preacher here, he gave us a little bit more. I just had fair. I don't have a lot written down by the preacher, but we're starting to learn a little bit more about him. I think here he's very understanding. He shows that with his patience with the dog and, you know, trying to help him as much as possible. I think he's pretty smart. I didn't even know it's called a pathological fear. But we all learn something even from stories that we're reading that aren't true. And then I also put down that he's very caring. In the end, by putting his arm around Winn-Dixie, he let him know how he felt. That, hey, it's okay, I'm here. I'm going to try to help you. We didn't talk about Miss Franny at all. And we didn't talk about Gloria. So nothing to add there. But every so often as you go through, just flip back here. There's a new character, put them in, add some more facts that describes that person a little bit more. We're going to need some of that for what we have at the end. Now, today's assignment. I know you can't wait. Chapter 12. You're going to read chapter 12. And then turn to page 13 in your folder. I'm going to look at it first. And I'll put your assignment up on the so you can see it. Making sentences. Now, you have to use these words and make a sentence. Okay. This is one time you have to use a complete sentence. Capital letters, periods at the end, whatever. Make a sentence. Doesn't have to be super long. I just want to see if you understand how to use those words. If you need help, get help. Because sometimes it's hard to figure them out. So, page 14, look at number 3, short answer. It says in chapter 11. Should have had you do that already. There is a terrible thunderstorm. How does Winn-Dixie react to the storm? Let's stop. Let's just do that one right now. So I should have had you do it yesterday. Did I have you do it yesterday? No, I didn't. So let's do it right now. Chapter 11, there's a terrible thunderstorm. How does Winn-Dixie react to the storm? That's pretty simple. You can write it down. He wakes up Opal banging on the door. and then he goes flying back and forth with each clap of thunder. So make sure you have that written in there. I'll put it on for today's assignment. If you didn't get it finished, you can just do it real quick before you read chapter 12. And then page 15, I want the chapter summary for chapter 12 after you finish reading that. And then we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay, so here's your assignment. Again, I'm trying to make sure you can see it all there. Make sure you get it. You don't have to write it down. Your teacher, Miss Davis, is going to put it up so you can see it. But make sure you get all of that completed for tomorrow. And I will see you then. Have a great day.